Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. Chris Harrison, the voice, the face, and the soul of the Bachelor franchise for nearly 2 decades. His calm presence, smooth voice, and signature line, "This is the final rose tonight," became part of pop culture. For millions of fans, The Bachelor just wasn't The Bachelor without Chris Harrison. But then, it all changed. 4 years ago, Chris walked away from Bachelor Nation, and it wasn't under the fairy tale circumstances fans were used to seeing on screen. His exit came after a wave of controversy that sent shockwaves through reality TV. The longtime host was suspended after comments he made in an interview with Rachel Lindsay, the franchise's first black bachelorette, defending contestant Rachel Kirkpanel amid accusations of racially insensitive behavior. Fans were divided. Some supported him, others felt it was time for new voices to take the lead. Then came June 2021. Chris Harrison announced he was officially leaving the franchise, ending his 20-year reign as the rose ceremony's most trusted guide. And now, after years of silence, Chris Harrison is opening up about how it really felt to walk away and why, surprisingly, he felt relieved. After leaving The Bachelor, the world didn't exactly slow down for Chris. ABC scrambled to fill the enormous void he left behind. They brought in fan favorites Caitlin Bristowe and Tayshia Adams to host The Bachelorette. Then came a summer of rotating hosts for Bachelor in Paradise, from David Spade to Lance Bass. It was chaotic, it was fun, but it wasn't quite the same. Eventually, the network landed on a permanent replacement, Jesse Palmer. A former Bachelor himself, Jesse had the charm, the looks, and the experience. But even today, fans still can't help but compare him to the original. Some even call for Chris Harrison's return, including the mother of an upcoming Bachelorette, Taylor Frankie Paul, who openly said she wants Chris back at the helm. But if you're wondering whether Chris would ever return to Bachelor Nation, his latest interview gives us a pretty clear answer. After stepping away from the franchise, Chris moved to Austin, Texas, far from the glitz and pressure of Hollywood. There, he's built a new life with his wife Lauren Zima, a former Entertainment Tonight reporter. The two tied the knot in 2023 in a romantic ceremony attended by several Bachelor Nation stars. And from the looks of it, he's been happier and more relaxed than ever. In a new interview with People magazine at a charity event for experience camps, Chris opened up about how life has changed since leaving the show. He said the biggest surprise wasn't the fame fading or missing the spotlight. It was the relief that came with finally stepping away. When you do something every single day for 2 decades and it's so popular around the world, there's a pressure to that, he admitted. Imagine that, 2 straight decades of red carpets, filming schedules, drama, and emotional rose ceremonies. Every word analyzed, every decision watched by millions. It's no wonder he described it as relief when it was finally over. But don't mistake that relief for regret. Far from it. Chris spoke with pride and gratitude, but also a sense of freedom. He said that falling in love with Lauren and moving to Austin completely changed his perspective. He said there's a whole other world out here to dive into, describing how leaving Hollywood gave him a new sense of balance and joy. And that's when you realize maybe walking away from The Bachelor wasn't the end of his story at all. Maybe it was just the start of a brand new chapter. Of course, he didn't stay out of the spotlight for long. Chris signed on with Dr. Phil's new network, Merit Street Media, to host podcasts, talk shows, and even a possible new dating show. Fans were thrilled at the idea of Chris bringing his signature charm back to television. But just when things were picking up, Merit Street Media filed for bankruptcy earlier this year. Still, Chris isn't giving up, not even close. He said his creative fire has been reignited and credits his wife Lauren for inspiring that passion again.
He said there is a next chapter coming up very soon for both of us, and we're going to be very excited to talk about it. Of course, he wouldn't spill any details, just a sly smile and a TBD when asked what's next. Classic Chris, always leaving us wanting more. But fans can't help but wonder, could that next chapter involve a return to The Bachelor? While Chris didn't say it outright, it doesn't sound likely. He seems genuinely at peace with where he is now. Free from the constant grind of filming, the never-ending media scrutiny, and the pressure to stay perfect under the public eye. Instead, he's living life at his own pace, exploring new creative ventures, focusing on love, and giving back to causes close to his heart. His work with experience camps, which helps children cope with grief after losing a loved one, shows a softer, more personal side of the man who once hosted America's most dramatic love stories. And that's what makes this next phase of his life so fascinating. We watched Chris Harrison help countless men and women find love on TV, but now it's he who's found it for himself. And honestly, it might be his best season yet. So, whether or not Chris Harrison ever returns to Bachelor Nation, one thing is clear. He's finally living his own happily ever after. What do you think? Should Chris Harrison return to the franchise that made him famous, or is he right to close that chapter for good? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget, sometimes walking away from the drama is the real rose ceremony. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.